I'll make a deal with you, internet. If we're able to get 1,000 likes on this video, then I will work on instructions and release instructions for this thing so you can build it yourself.
Autobots, transform!
Optimus Prime, Autobot, automatically. This feels, what is this? Optimus Prime pop-up. I think it's, the mechanic of it is kind of like a pop-up, like the pop-up book. This Optimus Prime model has, how many gears does it have again? 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 21, 22, 23. Oh, lost count. 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 24. I think 24. Jeez, a lot. This build has 24 gears, and we're going to talk about each and every one of them and how they work together to create this pop-up mechanism where it transforms from a truck to a robot and back again with just a simple twist of this back wheel. Let's get into the video. I've been a fan of Transformers for a long time. In fact, one of the first mocks I ever built was this this Optimus Prime build here, where you could look inside the cabin and then you could go ahead and transform this thing manually, of course. And I was pretty proud of it. It's one of the first kind of mocks that I ever built. This guy's pretty tall compared to the camera here. He looked pretty good. I was proud of him. One of the first mocks I ever built. I think either that or Castle Grayskull. But ever since I built that was probably 3 or 4 years ago. It's been in the back of my head. Wouldn't it be cool if it could transform all on its own? And then recently, Hasbro released this crazy announcement that they're building this robotic Optimus Prime that goes on sale soon for $700 that automatically transforms and moves around. It's unbelievable. And I was super inspired. And that day that I heard about that announcement, I started working on just what a simple mechanic might be. And I kind of started with the arm of Optimus Prime and started playing with it, trying to figure out how many motors it might take, what the scale might be, just kind of playing around, not necessarily serious about it. And after I kind of built the arm a little bit, I started thinking, that's interesting. I'll build a second, the matching, the left arm or right arm, whatever. I'll build both the arms, and then how do I connect the arms so it's just one axle that does them both, and then on and how do I make the body? And so I kind of incrementally, starting with the arm, built out this thing and realized I can make it all move with just one motor or one movement. And in the end, I didn't even use a motor. I just did it with the twist of the wheel. So let's start with the gears on the arms to understand how this thing works. As you can see, each arm has these 3 gears. And the magic about doing 3 gears along here is that however this gear is rotating, this gear rotates the same way. And so when they rotate like that, it has the effect of keeping this axle at the same radius as that. In other words, this arm always points straight, roughly always points straight. So that's exactly kind of the movement I needed. I just wanted the arms to turn away from the body so his shoulders get wider, but the arms to still point forward. So that's like a compound movement that is needed there for his arms to transform, and it was done with just the turning of one axle. And then if you go kind of inside of here, let's get his head out of the way. So if you look down inside of here, I've just got 2 two big gears underneath there that are rotated by the small gear, the two small gears. You need those two gears so that these two arms rotate differently. And this one with the brown axle on the left, that's the one where the power comes from. So the right arm is power. The left arm has a little slightly more of a direct connection to the mechanism than the right arm. Let's look at how those arms are powered from all the way down to the wheel. So underneath here, we see this axle under here. That's the axle that powers one of those little gears, and it comes down to this gear that goes sideways so that it's powered by this wheel. And then this wheel has a series of gears running down his legs down to this wheel. Now the interesting thing here is we've got 4 gears. 4 gears, unlike the 3 gears, are not going to keep the axle rotating the same way this one are. It's going to rotate it against it in the opposite direction. And this is important so that the arms actually move instead of just staying exactly where they are. On his left leg, we have 3 gears, and that's because what I wanted to happen here, or what we needed to happen here, is when he transforms, if you look at his body stays more or less vertical. It leans a little forward and then it leans a little back. But when we're transforming him like this, we more or less need the body to stay vertical. And so though that is accomplished by these 3 gears on his right leg. Actually I'm turning this tire here, but the power transfers all the way to this all the way through and powers both these legs. And the power transferred to this gear, the power transferred from this tire is actually a direct connection to these legs. So there's really no gears involved in lifting up Optimus Prime off the ground. That's just a mechanical effect. So this axle is locked to his legs, no gears involved. He just lifts up. And if you notice, these bottom 2 gears are also locked into place. And that is because they essentially, by locking these gears into place, and then this forcing his legs to move, powers the second gear next to the stationary gear. And that's what kind of powers his body staying vertical and his arms and head. And his feet are also directly connected to the legs, so there's no gears involved in moving his feet. You can see his feet. Well, how do you see his feet? His feet kind of slide out a little there, so you can kind of see that. And then his head is probably the weirdest part that I'm kind of self-conscious about, and that's in car mode, the headpiece is supposed to be kind of like a radar dish or something, which is kind of not canon. It's not the original model, but that was kind of as much movement as I could get with this design to get his head as much as possible out of the way. And so I thought it would look pretty good with just kind of a radar dish in car mode, because I wasn't able to get his head all the way back to where it was completely hidden. And so the way his head moves, it's powered off of the same gear that the arms do. So his left arm here, this gear down here that's powered for his left arm powers this gear, which transfers power to these 2 gears, and then basically his head is on the stick for that gear. So a side effect of this design is with this wheel, you can actually adjust the upper body movement. So it's kind of fun. We can put him kind of in tank mode, where he's half truck, half robot, if he needs to like wrestle somebody while he's driving around. But basically just turning that wheel drives all that. And what I'm trying to demonstrate with that is that the left side here is responsible for the entire upper body. This side, his right side, is its only job is to transfer or is to keep his body vertical, and that's done, like I said, through the three gears here, and then it transfers to this lift arm. So this is a mechanical connection, this lift arm and this gear, and the three make sure that it always stays vertical. So really the only gears involved in keeping the body vertical are the gears running on this side. I'm not really planning on doing instructions at this point. That's because I'm lazy and it's quite a bit of work to go from here to full instructions. But I'll make a deal with you, internet. If we're able to get 1,000 likes on this video, then I will work on instructions and release instructions for this thing so you can build it yourself without trying to reverse engineer every step. Is that a deal? Smash the like button, do your part, give it around to other people that might smash the like button. Appreciate it very much. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in more builds, please subscribe to my channel. I mostly build Batman and sometimes randomly Star Wars and now Transformers. I mean, I've built that before, but this is the first video I've done on Lego Transformers. Thanks for watching. See you.